Hey everybody, it's Dak here from the Ed Boys, and welcome to episode 31 of our RuneScape 2007 Road to 100 Mil. As I said in the last episode, I was going to be finishing up these 4,000 adamant bars to start this one off, and that's what I have done. We did get to 71 smithing. It was pretty good training, not amazing. It's not like we're that much closer to 85, but not a big deal. We don't need 85 quite yet, as nice as it would be. We're going to make a pretty good profit off of these once we go to sell the bars. Here are the last 4 of them. Now that I have all of the bars, I am going to head up to the grain exchange where I'm going to be selling these, and I was wrong actually. There are 2 more. I needed 6 more, not 4. But now that I have all of them, I'm going to head up to the grain exchange and sell them. That is where I'm going to meet you guys next. Alright everybody, safe and sound at the grain exchange where we're going to be selling these bars and then checking out what kind of cash stack we have before we get into today's episode. Looks like I don't remember how much I spent on this, so I have no idea what the kind of profit is until we put it into the stack. And here we go. Where's my money stack? Put it all in. 26 mil, not too bad. 26.8 mil, pretty good. What we're going to do in today's episode, I said I would be doing when I hit 20 mil, but that obviously didn't happen because here we are at 26 mil doing it. We're going to be doing some flipping. I'm not going to be doing anything extreme right now. I'm just going to be giving some basics on it. I'm not going to give a huge guide on it. But as you can see here, if you don't know what I'm doing, I'm buying a nature rune for a lot over and then selling that nature rune for a lot under. I don't know what I'm doing here. I don't need to buy a second one. I need to sell the one I've already bought. But that'll give me a low and a high price. I'm then going to buy a lot of nature runes for a low price and sell them for a high price. It's actually very simple. If you have OS Buddy, or if you want to use the OS Buddy website, which I will have a link in the description, they will give you the prices. You don't need to do the tests, but of course, if you want, you can still do the test like I just showed you there. It's not that big of a deal, but now that I've showed you kind of what I'm going to be doing with it, I'm mostly going to be doing things like runes, maybe ores, blogs, just things that are traded pretty commonly, and I'm going to be doing this for a little bit. We're not going to make a few mil off this right now. I'm just kind of starting it, getting it going. I haven't done it in a while, so it's not like I'm that good at it. Alright, so now that you've seen me make a little bit of money on it, I'm going to refresh the stack. I'm just going to pull out a 500k stack to start, just to still kind of get the basic idea of it. I'm only going to do this for a little bit, probably make 50 to 100k. I will see you guys when I have done that. Alright everybody, it's probably been like an hour or so, and it looks like I've made a little over 150k. Not too bad, especially with starting with a 500k stack, but now that we have done that, we did 150k in an hour, not too bad, almost 160k. I'm gonna grab a 5 mil stack, and I'm gonna see if that's not gonna translate directly to 1.5 mil an hour, but that is gonna help our profits out. So I'm gonna take this 5 mil stack. I'm gonna try to turn it into a little bit of a bigger stack. I'm not going to like 8 mil or 10 mil. Probably just get a few 100k from it. Probably won't take very long at all. We will see. While I'm talking right now about flipping, I'll give you what I think is good advice, what I know about flipping. One of the keys to it is definitely patience. When you're going to buy an item for under, it's not going to buy right away, and when you're selling it for over, it's not going to sell right away. It takes a little bit of time, as you probably have already seen, but it's definitely worth it. Don't worry about it. If you're doing it right, you will make profit, but be careful because it is risky. Like I said, if you're doing it right, you'll make profit. If you do it wrong, you could lose some money. Prices are always changing, so just make sure you're always checking out the prices, making sure everything's looking good. Just be aware of what you're doing, and you really shouldn't lose any money. Alright guys, I'm going to check in when hopefully I've made a few 100k from flipping some iron knives and whatnot. Alright guys, I did want to check in and talk a little bit before I just finished all of this flipping. As you can see, I am buying items that are more commonly traded and are generally cheaper. This isn't the only way to do it. I did it this way because I plan on just standing at the grain exchange and constantly making flips. But if you were to do it with items that are more rare and more valuable, it still works, and in general would make you more money, but it's a longer process. So it's really good for going out and fishing or wood cutting or doing some combat or anything else. Whereas what I'm doing, you would have to kind of sit at the grain exchange and be there for a fair amount of time to pay some attention. So there are a lot of different ways to flip. It's also part of merchanting. I would consider flipping part of merchanting, but I know that there are people out there who disagree with me. But just in general, it's about manipulating items in the grain exchange, watching prices, all that and whatnot. It definitely takes experience, not a lot of experience. It's not like it's really difficult to do, but the first time you do it, you're probably going to feel like you're losing money or feel like it's not working. That also comes with the patience part of it, but after you've done it for a little bit, you'll start to get a hang of it. You'll probably make like 100k in your first hour, depending on how much money you started with, and maybe 250k in an hour. And eventually you're going to be making a few $100K an hour if you're doing it right. It's not guaranteed, and each item is always changing because the prices are changing. So it's not like if you flip blood runes for a killer profit that you can go flip blood runes for a killer profit every single day. It's not like that. You definitely have to pay a lot of attention. It's a lot different than just fishing or woodcutting, but it's a good moneymaker, something I am going to revisit in the future. But for now, we are going to finish this up and then move on to the next thing. So I will see you then. Alright everybody, so we made a few $100K from flipping. It was kind of slow because I did it late at night, to be honest. There wasn't a lot of people online, so there wasn't really anybody trading. Definitely my fault, but we still made a few $100K. We got to the 27.3 mil mark, so we're up above 27 mil. Not too bad. I am going to continue flipping. I'm going to take this money out, but instead of just flipping, what I'm going to do is buy some U-logs and do some fletching at the same time. So during those times where I was usually just sitting around and waiting for the things to buy, I am going to do some fletching now. We haven't done fletching in a while since we did all those maple logs into maple longbows. So I'm going to turn these U-logs into U-longbows. We'll make a couple $100K from that, and then whatever we make from the flipping too. Since I've already been waiting for things to buy, I'm definitely willing, to buy these U-logs for a cheaper price and wait for it for a little bit. It might take a little bit of time. I actually should just check the price quick. I'll do that in a second, but once I get these to buy, I'm going to turn them into U-longbows, like I said, and I will see you guys when I'm finished fletching them. Alright, I figured since I didn't show you guys any footage of me actually chopping the logs into longbows that I could check in. We're about 30% of the way through. We've made a little bit of money from flipping, but we haven't really gotten to check exactly how much because I haven't had a full stack on me yet. But we'll see in a little bit. I will check in next when I'm completely done fletching these U-logs. Alright everybody, I'm almost done with these U-longbows, just have a few more to go. It went pretty well, it was kind of quick, took about 3 hours I would say. I usually get about 1,600 bows an hour. I'll put it at 1,500 because I did have to flip too, which means I wasn't constantly cutting the bows. I didn't pay too much attention to flipping though because I don't know exactly how much money I made. I know we had a pretty good profit. I didn't lose any money, I should say, from any of the flips. But I didn't add them all up, and I did too many of them to just check the history and see how much we did. But it's not too bad. We made a few $100K from it. These U-longbows actually are going to make us, I think $180K is the profit we're going to be looking at, which is not too bad. It didn't take too long. For not having to pay attention, it's not too bad. For a slightly AFK method. I'm definitely going to be doing some more flipping in the future. Maybe not fletching. We're already up to 81 fletching now, and I don't need to do too much more fletching. But flipping will definitely be something we come back to in the future. I'm not going to be doing it right now or in between episodes quite yet. We'll get to that. I'll talk about that more later. But for now, we can sell these U-longbows and see how much money we made. The stack probably won't be over 29 mil, or it was at 27, not 28. So probably isn't going over 28 mil, excuse me. But we still made pretty good progress today. So we made a few $100K from this. Let's see how that affects our cash stack. Where's the cash stack? Put it all in and make sure my game filter's off. Examine. 27.7 mil basically, so not too bad. Alright everybody, I am going to be wrapping up the episode with this clip here. We had a pretty good episode, I think. We did just introduce flipping, as you all know, and I think it went well. We're going to be doing it again, like I said, but I haven't really planned on it yet. For now, I'm going to be doing some agility in between episodes. I want to get to 70 agility, but I'm not going to do it just on this one. I would have to get from 63 to 70, and I would have time, but I think I should split it into 2 different sections. So I'm going to go halfway. It's going to be right after 67 agility. I'm going to get between 60 and 70 marks of grace. I'm not going to round it off with the marks of grace and go up to 70 with it because I'll be doing agility again. So if we have an odd number of them, I can just keep those marks. It's not going to be that big of a deal. We're going to make some money from this, but if it's only like 60 marks of grace, it's probably going to be like a 500K profit. So it's not going to be a huge profit, but I do want to get this 70 agility, so it is pretty important. Eventually, I'd like to go even higher than 70, but I think 70 is where we're going to stop for a while with agility. Like I said, that's going to wrap it up, guys. I do hope you enjoyed. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you next time. I want to thank you guys for watching today's video and helping support the channel. If you enjoyed the video, we would appreciate it if you would hit that like button and tell us what you liked about it in the comments section below. If you're looking for more videos like this one, then go ahead and join the cul-de-sac by clicking that subscribe button and follow us on Twitter at @TheEdBoys. All links are in the description.